gentlemen, welcome to Real Talk with Saieed Ali. We do want to thank you for joining us tonight, viewers. So I'm real casual tonight. You'll forgive me. Today was a hectic day. Some days it is just have to squeeze in and reach in the office, sometimes minutes before the show. But nevertheless, Trinidad and Tobago, we are here to bring you the day's events that happen in Trinidad and Tobago and maybe around the world too. So just a little update for you viewers. The Minister of Foreign and CARICOM Affairs, Sean Sobers, has announced detail on the official visit of India's Minister of External Affairs, Dr. Subramaniam Jaishankar, scheduled for Friday, May 8, 2026. Sobers said Dr. Jaishankar's visit will help advance and formalize several memorandum of understanding now signed during the India Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi visit to Trinidad and Tobago last year. Viewers, listen to this.
I'm here to announce the official visit by the Minister of External Affairs of the Republic of India, Dr. Jaishankar, who will visit Trinidad and Tobago from May the 8th, which is Friday, May the 8th, and he will depart our shores on Saturday, May the 9th. This visit comes in tandem with respect to the original visit by Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Sri Narendra Modi, of the Republic of India last year in and around the month of June. There were several MOUs that were signed, and Minister Dr. Jaishankar's visit, the Minister of External Affairs to Trinidad and Tobago, is demonstrative of him coming to ensure that those MOUs are concretized, that both governments are essentially moving ahead at the timeline that was agreed upon since last year, and that Trinidad and Tobago and the Republic of India continue to have strong bilateral relations moving forward with many, many good years ahead for both countries.
So Trinidad and Tobago, Justice Minister Devish Maharaj have stated that Trinidad and Tobago is set to become the first Caribbean country to pass legislation specifically aimed at protecting victims of crime and ensuring their rights in law. This announcement follows the introduction of the Victims' Right Bill 2026 in the Senate yesterday. So viewers, the minister described the legislation as a shift in the treatment of victims within the justice system. During the bill's second reading, he explained the key stakeholders will now be legally obligated to inform victims about the service available to them. Trinidad and Tobago, let's hear some more about this.
You feel a little safe, the man behind bars. Bail application coming up, you don't know what's going on. You don't know if this man get bail and he's outside, and you have to be on the lookout. By this act, you have to inform the victim if bail has been granted, where, etc., so that he can take the necessary precautions.
So Trinidad and Tobago and the wider world, firstly, I want to thank Justice Minister Devish Maharaj. Why am I thanking him and giving him a round of applause? Finally, after decades of human being abused in Trinidad and Tobago under robbery and violence, the victim finally will get compensation. Now listen to this. The bill seeks to introduce a framework for monitoring the treatment of victims by investigator agencies, prosecuting agencies, the victim service agencies, and to support their recovery process through the use of support and service. So finally, Trinidad and Tobago, a victim of crime will not be left by the roadside. There are lots of agencies that will be put in place to make sure that the victim is taken care of and, well, not only taken care of with their well-being, but hopefully they can be compensated by the person that committed the crime. Now, Minister Marad said the aim is to place a victim at the center of the justice system. Listen to this, viewers.
For too long, the victims of crime in Trinidad and Tobago have been made to feel they do not matter to the legal system, that they are instruments of prosecution, not participants in justice, that their pain is procedurally inconvenient. This bill says otherwise. It says you matter. It says your voice will be heard before decisions are made about your case. It says you will know what is happening and why. It says if the system fails you, you have recourse.
So Trinidad and Tobago again, thanks to the minister. That, I could say, that is a minister that is working for the people. That is why you call a minister working for the people. Wants to see the victim compensated. Mentally, physically, and financially also. So viewers, describing the Victims' Right Bill 2026 as a landmark legislation for the region, Minister Marad said it will restore dignity to the victim and help correct the moral imbalance that persists within the legal system. One more time.
For generations, our legal framework was designed primarily to protect the rights of the accused. And rightly so, for the process is sacred. However, in safeguarding the rights of the accused, we overlook those who have done nothing wrong, those who bore the physical, emotional, and financial scars of wrongdoing, and were relegated to the periphery of the process that was supposed to serve them.
So Trinidad and Tobago, victims are going to be compensated by the person who robbed them. And that is a very, very marvelous idea. I want to congratulate that minister. Let me tell you something. Finally, the victims are going to be compensated. Finally, somebody are going to stand up for them. Finally. Legislation will be put into place. So when you hear a bandit break into your house and police happen to capture you, trust me, with this legislation in place now, they will have to pay the victim now. And on top of that now, there will be agencies set up to make sure that the physical, the spiritual, the moral values and the financial values goes back to the victim. That is what you call a minister working for its people. Some of you might say otherwise, but when you sit down and understand the legislation that is coming forth for the victim, you will understand now that victims of robberies and robbery with violence will have a place in society again. Moving on, viewers. Young calls for Alexander resignation after triple murder. Sometimes I just wonder about ministers. How it is now that Alexander's supposed to know a man going and kill 3 people? How? When the 4 or 5 divers was stuck in the pipeline, how come Young didn't ask for nobody to resign? How come? When murders was happening under Young administration, how come Young didn't ask for nobody to resign? Why Young didn't ask for Fitzgerald Hines to resign when he said his job is not to make the citizens safe? Why Young didn't ask him to resign? Opposition Member of Parliament for Port of Spain North, St. Anne's West, Stuart Young, is today calling for the immediate resignation of Homeland Security Minister Roger Alexander and Defense Minister Wayne Surge following following a triple killing in Belmont this morning that claimed the life of a 2-year-old child and 2 others. Young said the latest killing are evidence of what he described as the government failure to address crime and national security. Why Young didn't say this when he was a minister running Trinidad and Tobago? Why he didn't say this when the PNM was in power? Why he didn't tell Fitzgerald Hines to resign? Why he didn't tell Marvin Gonzalez to resign? Too much a murder. But now Stuart Chung on the opposite side now, so he wants everybody to resign. Listen to this, Trinidad and Tobago.
I am horrified this morning to be informed that there was another mass murder in Trinidad and Tobago and in the constituency of Belmont along the St. Francois Valley Road and environs. And to hear the horrifying news that a 2-year-old child is one of the fatalities this morning, I call for the immediate resignations of the Minister of Defense, the Minister of Homeland Security, and I await with bated breath for the response by law enforcement.
You see, this is the thing that I don't understand with ministers. You were there for 9 solid years. 9 solid years. Triple murder happened under all your administration. I didn't hear you asking anybody to resign. We had a failed Minister of National Security, Fitzgerald Hines. My job is not to make them feel safe. We had a former Commissioner of Police. Out of 100,000 firearm application, 100 people got firearm. What about when Marvin Gonzalez was the Minister of National Security? How much murders happened under his watch? Nobody are talking about resignation. Now while you're on the opposite side, all I want is immediate resignation. Stuart Chung, go and eat some dumpling with baking powder now, brother. Keep your mouth working on the dumpling. Keep your mouth working. So viewers, meanwhile, commenting on the triple murder, Deputy Commissioner of Police Martin Suzette is urging citizens to come together and do their part to stop crime. She also called on persons to stay calm. Listen to Martin.
Based on fear in the community, I want to tell the community to stay calm. And I'm asking the citizens in this area to communicate with the police and share any information that may assist in the investigation. This is not just a police issue. This is a Trinidad and Tobago, a holistic issue where we all have to come together to make Trinidad and Tobago a safer place. So if you see something, say something. We are there. We are here 24 hours to assist and to respond to any reports that will come to the police.
Now, Trinidad and Tobago, that is a statement well made. That is a statement well made. The community is calm. The community is calm, but they are scared. They are calm, but they are scared of what might happen. A reprisal might take place. We don't know. We don't know what caused the murder to happen. We don't know if there was an argument or something. We don't know. We could only assume that it was a stray bullet that hit the infant. We could only assume. But we don't know exactly what took place. Hopefully TTPS will share the information in the public domain, and then we, as a citizen, will be able to analyze what really happened. But the information only have to come from TTPS. And well, let's just hope citizens of Belmont could be able to come forward and share information to TTPS as to what really transpired. Viewers, we are going for a short commercial break. Stay locked on. We'll be right back after this.
We'll be right back. Connect with us on social media and don't miss the latest updates. Follow us on Instagram at RealTalk_Newsroom. Check us out on Facebook at Real Talk with Saieed Ali. Subscribe to us on YouTube at Real Talk Trinidad and TikTok at Real Talk with Saieed Ali. Throws you a curveball, and you need a clear path forward. Trust Real Talk Wrecking Service to get you back on track. Whether you're stuck on a roadside or dealing with an unexpected breakdown, our 24/7 wrecking service is just one call away. Fast response, reliable towing, and a team that's got your back. At Real Talk Wrecking Service, we don't just tow, we rescue. Real Talk Wrecking Service, your lifeline on the road to recovery.
Welcome to Real Talk Financing and Investment, a place where your loans are guaranteed and you're rewarded with up to 5% upfront interest on your deposit. Why wait when you can invest with us today and reap the benefits? Speak with a representative at our central branch at 238-6716, 231-6219, or 339-1670, or our south branch at 242-9944, 241-0543, or 339-1670. Real Talk Financing and Investment. Investment company just for you, for you, for you.
At Real Talk Studios, we dedicate our time to highlight the glaring issues we face within our community. Catch us live every Wednesday between 7 to 8 p.m. Real Public Concerns. Because your concerns are meant to be heard. Send your email to realpublicconcerns@gmail.com.
Welcome back.
So welcome back to Trinidad and Tobago. So for those of you who know about Saieed and his yacht, I have decided to sell my yacht Trinidad and Tobago. The valuation for the yacht is $195,000 US. In TT, it is $1.5 million. So Real Talk is selling their yacht, viewers. The boat is in prestige condition. It is under our company name. So if you are looking for a yacht to buy, Trinidad and Tobago, the yacht, you just buy it and you sail with it. There is absolutely no issue or no problem with the boat. The reason why I am selling is because I'm looking for something bigger. That is why I have decided to sell the boat, viewers. We want something bigger. So if you're interested, or you know friends and family interested, whether you're in Trinidad and Tobago, whether you're up the Caribbean, whether you're from the US, you're from the South American countries, Panama, Venezuela, Brazil, Trinidad and Tobago, you have friends or family looking for one to buy, you can contact me at 339-1670, 267-7325, or you can contact my office at 238-6716. It is a prestige yacht, viewers. It's not one of them side, how do I say, fly-by-night yacht? It's not one of those yachts. It is a prestige yacht, Trinidad and Tobago. So anybody you know looking for one, you can contact me for more information concerning the boat. It is on my company name, so transferring is not a problem. A valuation was done earlier this year. It is up to $195,000 US. You want to pay in US, you want to pay in TT, it's not a problem. Contact me. Also, viewers, Real Talk Financing is offering you 7% for the month of May on a fixed deposit. The reason why we are doing this is because of the success we have had. So we decided to give back to the community, to the people, something better. Better than any other financial institution. So if you know you want to reap a bigger reward with your hard-earned cash, contact me, 2386716, to hear more about this great offer on fixed deposits. Also, for the businessmen in Trinidad and Tobago, if you're looking for US currency to buy, contact me. Contact me. We could help you get US currency if you're looking for. So feel free, viewers, 2386716, contact me. So, back to our program tonight. In the light of the recent increase in home invasion in central Trinidad, two independent senators believes the access to legal firearms for citizens who may qualify for it should be easier. Now, Trinidad and Tobago, today it's Thursday night, right here in Trinidad and Tobago, Thursday the 7th, no 17th, my mistake, I'm going too fast. Thursday the 7th of May 2026. On Wednesday the 6th of May, I highlighted this. Why is it that we businessmen and homeowners have to suffer for firearm while we are qualified for it? Our file is on the commissioner's desk waiting for signature, but yet nothing is being done. Why is this? I ask myself why. Now I have documents in the commissioner's office that is waiting to be signed off. I want to expand my security team with firearm, but I have to wait. Why is this? Now that doesn't mean you go jump side fence, you jump side fence. A body bag picking you up, I'll let you know one time. Me asking you and me telling you. A body bag will pick you up once you jump my fence. And the police ain't going to ask me, Saieed, so why you kill the man? Ask him what he doing in my property. And then come and ask me. So viewers, two independent senators, Anthony Vieira, have stated that provision regarding firearm has been around for quite some time and may not be as effective today. Vieira said the process should be reviewed. Now, I'll tell you something, Trinidad and Tobago. If your file is on the commissioner desk, listen to me carefully, If your file is on the commissioner desk, just waiting his approval or his signature, what process you have to go through again? What process? So let me just give you through the steps of applying for a firearm. Now, as a business owner, there are requirements. So there are different investigations that will take place, different officers from A to Z. A will come, B will come, C will come, D will come, E will come, until I reach Z. I went through the process, I could tell you, right? So all of these officers will come and visit you. You will have to acquire certain document, bank statement, job letter, certificate of character, whatever you may need, business registration, whatever you may need, you get it and you go up the ladder step by step. And when they do the final check on you, let me make sure you're safe in your house. So when they do the final check on you now and they say, good, everything, you will have your firearm number, is obvious, right? So when you call to inquire now and they say, well, you know what, your file is on the commissioner's desk. It is just waiting to be signed off by him. So which means the whole process from A to Z has been completed. And you're just waiting for signature. So now I am asking myself, why does that have to take 1 year? Why? Why does it have to take 2 years? Is it like HDC? When you put in an application for a house, you had to wait and wait and wait. Imagine a bank giving you a loan in 3 to 6 months. And HDC now, you have all the requirements and you drop it in and 10 years pass. And you're still waiting. Why is this? So I want to ask now, Minister of Housing, I believe it's Philip Alexander. I want to ask Philip, since you've been in office, what are you doing to speed up the process? instead of 10 years to maybe 3 months or 6 months like the bank. Because the commercial banks in 3 months time they're calling you and telling you 4 months maybe the most, your loan has approved. 1 year agency, 2 year agency, 3 year agency, no, it is ridiculous. It's not where you call a minister working for the people. No, it is not that. It is not that. So now I am asking the Commissioner of Police now, why does it have to take years before the application is signed off and it is sitting on your desk? It is right there. Why does it take years? Trinidad and Tobago, listen to this.
I don't know if an ease in making firearms readily available is a solution or if it actually may cause more problems. So if we're talking about reviewing firearm access, I think we should do it holistically, look at criteria, look at security measures, and also whether we should have a panel to investigate and make those decisions.
So the thing is, Trinidad and Tobago, I'll tell you this, the less household and businessmen have firearm is the more robbery is going to take place. Because bandits will know they will come in your place and walk out as they want. Trust what I'm telling you. Trust what I'm telling you. But the more homeowners and businessmen has firearms, is the less bandits is going to come in your house. You know why? You know why Trinidad and Tobago? They're going to think, if I run into that man's house, and me I get through, that man could kill me. And it's simple. Automatically, bandits will start to think twice to run in your house. Automatically. Let me tell you something. It doesn't take a rocket scientist, you know. It takes a man with common sense to figure out that. Sometimes you will have a degree and one set of degrees and levels and passes and all kind of things, and you have no common sense, you know. And that is the problem we have in Trinidad. We have too much of people sitting in high office with one set of book sense till they get stupid and no common sense. We do have no common sense. So if we have 10 houses in our village and one house have firearm, what's going to happen to the next 9 houses? What's going to happen? But if we have 10 houses in our village and the 10 houses have firearm and the bandits start to know, well, hey, them houses have firearm, you think them come in there? They will think twice. Because if I run in this man's house and I run outside and he blow a air horn, the neighbor shooting me dead. And that is the problem. Lack of protection. So I want Homeland Security Minister to understand this. You as a police, you understand how it goes. Being a police and you're on the streets, your firearm is your protection. You cannot be a police and rolling on the streets. That is why the government decided to give all police officers firearm. So when you're walking down and a man busts a shot at you and he missed, you could afford to shoot him back. You have license to defend yourself. So what about the homeowners? What about the businessman? And with new legislation, stand your ground that have been passed, what is the kickback? Meanwhile, Independent Senator Courtney McNeish said, the speed at which firearm users' license FULs are granted need to be addressed. And I just said that. It needs to be addressed. Listen to this.
I think the measures that are necessary to do the checks on character and fitness to hold a firearm user's license is still required. There must, however, be something done to speed up that process. It takes far, far, far too long. Speed, however, must not take priority over the procedure.
It's the same thing I'm saying. Now I'll tell you this. In other countries, you know why they just grant homeowners firearm? To protect your home. Dr. Keith Rowley said, you know, you want to make Trinidad the Wild Wild West? The bandit made Trinidad and Tobago the Wild Wild West, not the innocent homeowners. And I don't know if he had the capacity to understand that. I don't know. Now we understand that many of the killing may be gang-related or reprisal or revenge. We understand that. But what about a man running a man's house? What about a man thief a man's car? Who deserve that? The hard-working citizen? No. Ministry of National Security needs to think. Think outside the box. Because the bandits thinking outside the box. You know how they're going? That is how they're going. And how we going? We ducking for cover and line up flat in we house. That is how we doing. And you know what we have? We have ministers saying, well, we're working for the people. No, brother man. You are working for nobody. You are working for nobody because you're collecting a fat salary and you're going home with perks on top of it. Because the citizens still suffering. Caller, good night.
Good night, Mr. Said. Great program, the powerful program and powerful topic too. But I am horrified of this shameless Teotiong who is horrified. I want Teotiong to tell the nation, tell the citizens of this country, how many babies, how many children died during their tenure for the last 10 years they were in government. Tell the citizens that Teotiong, the world was warning us about you all, that the world tell us that state official and high office holder in this country were funding crimes and supporting criminals with their activities. Teotiong, you know what they meant? The government of the day that was leading the country. That is what they were telling us, Teotiong. You all leave the country horrified. The citizens are still horrified in this country from the last 10 years of your leadership. You all practice one of the worst crimes on the face of the earth against citizens of this country, discrimination based on race. You should be shameless, boy. I'm here in shame. You all full of disgrace and shameless people. And Mr. Saitari, FUL applicants and so on. I am disappointed that they form an organization as yet. This was to be done. They spoke about it. I spoke about it among several of them. And they was to form an organization. Now, the Prime Minister of this country, Sinai Kamlas, take her oath of office using the Constitution. The Constitution guarantees the equality of treatment to all of its citizens. No one, all of its citizens. So if Tom, Dick, and Harry get a firearm, why Jean, Janet, John, and Jeffrey can't get it when they satisfy all the requirements? So
as long as they're qualified.
You all form an organization, take this to a court, and once you satisfy the requirements, tell me, let the Prime Minister, the head of the National Security Council, the Minister, and the Commissioner of Police, tell me why I shouldn't receive a firearm to protect myself and my family. Tell me, and then we will move from there on. So if you all applicants all wake up, don't only sit and wait for a strong leader to come here like yourself, Said, to come and take up and champion their cause. You all have to get up and wake up in this country before we move forward and deal with issues. And then you will get results. Then we will get good results in this country. Look at what you are doing. And still they're not waking up. Mr. Said, God bless you, man. You keep up this great program you have. And God bless you and your staff.
Thank you, my friend. So Trinidad and Tobago, UNC government Senator David Nakid also stated that the UNC administration remains committed to ensuring that eligible citizens can receive firearm. Listen to this and we go talk after.
That's something that the UNC piloted and the Honorable Prime Minister, she's at the head of making sure that will happen. Because obviously, when people have been placed in a situation for the last 10 years under the PNM administration, where they are basically fighting for their survival every day, doesn't excuse criminal activity at all. I myself was subjected to that criminal activity. But we have to understand the reasons behind it. And when people, after 10 years, were faced with a lack of opportunities, a lack of hope by the PNM, and this is the chickens coming home to roost right now. But having said that, we have to give people an opportunity to defend themselves and their families and put down criminal activity by any means necessary.
So viewers, senator's comment comes 2 weeks after Defense Minister Wayne Sturge said homeowners should have the right to own firearm. So if these ministers are making plea and asking and telling citizens, I want to know what the Commissioner of Police is doing about it. I want to know. The reason why they give guns in the United States to homeowners once you cross 18 and they're eligible to it is to protect your home. Is to protect your home. Last week, can't remember what day last week, that would have been, it's either Saturday or Sunday. When I left China, Korea, United States, I stayed in the United States for 2 or 3 days. And in the United States, there are departments and agencies that you can go and sign up to go on firearm training. I went. Viewers, listen, it's that time where we should go for a break. But when we come back, I will have some pictures on the screen showing you where I went. Right after this break.
We'll be right back.
Connect with us on social media and don't miss the latest updates. Follow us on Instagram at RealTalk_Newsroom. Check us out on Facebook at Real Talk with Saieed Ali. Subscribe to us on YouTube at Real Talk Trinidad and TikTok at Real Talk with Saieed Ali. Throws you a curveball, and you need a clear path forward. Trust Real Talk Wrecking Service to get you back on track. Whether you're stuck on a roadside or dealing with an unexpected breakdown, our 24/7 wrecking service is just one call away. Fast response, reliable towing, and a team that's got your back. At Real Talk Wrecking Service, we don't just tow, we rescue. Real Talk Wrecking Service, your lifeline on the road to recovery.
Welcome to Real Talk Financing and Investment, a place where your loans are guaranteed and you're rewarded with up to 5% upfront interest on your deposit. Why wait when you can invest with us today and reap the benefits? Speak with a representative at our central branch at 238-6716, 231-6219, or 339-1670, or our south branch at 242-9944, 241-0543, or 339-1670. Real Talk Financing and Investment. Investment company just for you. For you. For you.
At Real Talk Studios, we dedicate our time to highlight the glaring issues we face within our community. Catch us live every Wednesday between 7 to 8 p.m. Real Public Concerns. Because your concerns are meant to be heard. Send your email to realpublicconcerns@gmail.com.
Welcome back.
So Trinidad and Tobago, I just sent the video from my staff there. They uploaded it in the system. It will take a few minutes, but I will show you in the United States, you could just go and fill out your application and they're carrying you to train. I was there. That is how easy it is. In Trinidad and Tobago, your dead grandmother or your dead great-great-grandmother had to get up and stamp a paper and ring she thumb before you could go and arrange your train. That is how backward we are. But we have ministers now in this country saying, we're working for the people. How are you working for the people and I still sit on the chair with my leg, my foot crossed and my mouth open? How? 1 year now, you're working for me, but I ain't move an inch. I ain't get a quarter-inch blessing. That is why I have people like me now to stand up on behalf of the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago and demand certain things. So why it is now that the officers at the range who have already had their license and qualified, right, link with the minister now to have training 18 years and over, your name, your address, consent from your mother and father, and send them to the range for training. Make it easier. That is why in the United States and in European countries, you have easy access to firearm. For what? To defend yourself. Because they have legislations and amendments in place if certain things were to happen. You say, now this government says we are moving with technology. With technology, right? But we're still using pen and paper. We're still using pen and paper. The only good thing I saw updated so far is the airport. The application to fill out, instead of they give you a piece of paper, 2 pages to fill out, they have it online. And within seconds, it worked perfect. I'm here to tell you, it works perfect. When I left Trinidad on the 4th of April, I had to fill it out. And when I came back on the 4th of, my mistake, on the, I believe it was the 11th, Monday, go on there. We just fill it out, go online, ttgov, you pull it up, you fill it out, and within seconds, less than 2 minutes, it is finished. Within seconds, you get your email, you screenshot it and save it on your phone. Touch down the PRCO, one with immigration, they scan, they pull you up and you're gone. One with custom, they scan, they pull it up and you're gone. In less than 5 minutes time, you're clearing custom and you're clearing immigration. And it's a plus. I must say, congratulations to that minister who implemented that system. It works perfect. I am giving you first-hand on experience and I am telling you, it works. It works. So now we need the Commissioner of Police now to fix that issue. So now Trinidad and Tobago, after all the ministers have put in their inputs, hopefully by next week the Commissioner of Police should come out and make some statement of what is taking place with the firearm. I have files on the desk and I'm waiting. I want to expand my team. You got the videos? So Trinidad and Tobago, while I'm waiting on the video for you to see me training in the United States, and let me tell you something, it's not a fly-by-night training, you know. It's professionals training you. Professionals. I went on about 2 or 3 hours of training in the United States. But nevertheless, while we're waiting for the video to come on, we're going to Penelope Beckles. Her silence on the fate of Senator Janelle John Bates, political leader of the People's National Movement, Penelope Beckles, has accused the THA, the Tobago House of Assembly Chief Secretary Farley Augustine, of mute leadership. However, Dr. Amy Brown is asking for patience on Beckles' decision while Foster Cummins addressed the matter directly. Listen to this.
Senator, who, as far as I'm aware, has not been accused of breaking any law or committing any criminal offense, has admitted to an error, has offered a resignation. It's being duly considered. 5 days, I think, let's give a little more time to the process. Let's have confidence in our leader of the opposition to make the right decision, to convey it in a responsible manner.
I am not involved in that situation, and all matters pertaining to the act, what you're asking me about, are being treated with by the appropriate persons, in particular the leader of the opposition, and she has already made a statement on that, and that's what we have to go with. Yes, the leader of the opposition must act in her own timing and on her own counsel, and not be, guided by the pressures.
So now Trinidad and Tobago, John Bates has been referred to the Privilege Committee after allegedly helping ex-Health Minister Terence Dialsing prepare his witness statement for the Public Administration and Appropriation, of which she was a member. So imagine this, It is alleged that they get caught. It is alleged. And Penelope Beckles is focused her attention on the leadership in Tobago, saying the island is facing a terrible reality of an absence of leadership under the Tobago's People Party. Listen to this.
The Tobago administration increasingly willing to compromise Tobago's patrimony, increasingly willing to align unquestionably with the UNC central government, increasingly silent when Tobago is marginalized. Make no mistake, Tobagonians are noticing.
So Trinidad and Tobago, I'm finishing this story before we go to the videos. She also accused the THA of submitting to central government and not negotiating for Tobago's best interests. She talking about best interests for Tobago? When Dr. Keith Rowley was the Prime Minister, why didn't she talk about the best interest for Tobago when he's a Tobagonian? Listen to this now.
Your current MPs sit on the bench with the government in the House of Representatives, and nary a word from them on many pressing matters. They sit occupying space, saying nothing. Mute on advocacy for Tobago, mute on crime situation, plain and simply mute and invisibility.
So Trinidad and Tobago, Penelope Beckles is talking about the best interests of Tobago. You know, for 10 years, I'm not talking about the best interests of Tobago, you know. For 10 years. For 10 years. All of a sudden, you're talking about the best interests of Tobago. I want to tell you something, Trinidad and Tobago. This is why I always say, we have some ministers who love to talk. But coming down to the serious action of the people, where are you? Where are you? Nowhere to be found. Absolutely nowhere to be found. So we're going on to another story. Minister of Rural Development and Local Government, Khadija Amin, have stated that her ministry and the country's municipal corporation are prepared to handle any challenges that may arise. This as Trinidad and Tobago prepares for another rainy season. Listen to this.
14 municipal corporations have an intense program ahead to clear water courses and to prepare for an active rainy season, including purchasing bags, sand for sandbags, preparing shelters, preparing our community emergency response teams with suitable equipment such as shovels, pumps, chainsaws, and other equipment to respond to community-related disasters.
So viewers, I just want to show you one or two videos that I had authorization from licensed firearm personnels in the United States who have shooting range. They teach people to shoot. Video blurred, ready? This is, I believe it's an AR. I want to believe it, or SLR or something like that. I had the privilege of doing it. I have lawyers who, when they go to the States, licensed firearm, they also go to practice, to train. So it's not like I come in here on television and I talking about bra, 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 and I haven't experienced it. So why can't we have it in Trinidad and Tobago? Why can't we? Different weapons, different training. I have a lawyer who recently went to the United States. He went on the same thing. Training. Look, there's the professional gun training. In the United States, it's a common thing. Pull back the other video to the guy who come in, the trainer. Pause it. Oh, you could pause it before. Look at that is the professional trainer. You see, we are wearing our mask. We are wearing our earpiece. They are professionals. They are professionals. Now, hey, come back to me, director. So I want to tell TTPS something right now. You know, first thing you say, you've seen a video, and oh, a man have a gun, and you ain't know, and let me tell you something, brother man. Let me tell you something before, like a second thoughts in all your head. In the United States, when you go, there's a form that you fill out. 2 pages. 2 pages. Your name, your address, the consequence, the requirements, what do you call it again? Their protocols. You fill out all that. Submit your passport. There's 1 page. Second page is where you read their amendments and you agree to it. You sign it. The instructor, licensed instructor will come. He will go through everything. Read 1 page, read the second page. Sign off. Sign off. You go. They give you your earpiece, they give you your glasses, they make sure that you don't have a slippers or a sandal, they make sure you're properly well dressed, they carry you in the range, and they practice you now with blank bullets, I believe. Yeah, blank bullets. No, I believe blank bullets. To make sure that you're qualified, you're handling yourself. When the guy in the US understand who I was, I pull up videos and show him about my show back in Trinidad. He said, Saeed, my cousin in Trinidad watches you. I'm like, really? These are trained military men. When they resign, they decide to, you know what? They submit their documents, they got their license to run a range, and the government, the military, give them permission to train individuals. So don't feel because I pop a video and you see Saeed with a gun, oh, we got to run down and hold him. Brother man, all will have a lawsuit coming, all I even want to know the price of that. Trust what I'm telling all you. All I want to know the price of that. But this is experience how other countries could train their citizens. And in Trinidad here, if they see we with a penknife in we pocket and we own compound, they want to carry we down in the station. This is how ridiculous it is. This is how ridiculous it is. But nevertheless, we stand with Amin. Minister Amin said her ministry is working closely with the Minister of Works and Infrastructure on a nationwide watercourse cleaning exercise with priority given to flood-prone areas such as Caroni and South Oropouche River Basin. Listen to this.
The Ministry of Agriculture is also working with the drains in the agriculture areas, the flood gates and the pumps. So we are working hand in hand under the direction of the Honorable Kamala Persad-Bissessar as Prime Minister to intensify preventative measures as well as to prepare ourselves to respond when the time comes.
So Trinidad and Tobago, well, we want to wish all the success because coming to the rainy season, we know how we operate here, how our country, when the rainy season hits, we know the flood-prone areas. And I want to thank Amin, just as I thanked former Works and Transport Minister for letting the the corporation, the municipal corporations work to clean up the area. Just how I thanked Rohan Sidanan when he did those things, just how I'm thanking Minister Amin for working with the municipal corporations to make sure that the flood-prone areas are clean for the rainy season. So just a little reminder, viewers, Real Talk Financing is offering you 7% on a fixed deposit only for the month of May because of the fact that we have success in other financial business and expanding in other countries. We are giving you 7% on a fixed deposit. 7%. We already have 5% as the highest interest rate in Trinidad and Tobago, and we are adding 2% to that 5. Let me tell you something. The way things are going in Trinidad presently, with all the fines and the increase, you need extra money. So the lump sum you have set down in the bank there that you don't want to go and break, bring it down to Real Talk Financing. Bring it to Real Talk Financing, open a fixed deposit, and get you 7%. And you'll be good. Pay your bills. Pay your monthly bills for the next few years. Many people want that. Many people. Also Trinidad and Tobago, for those of you businessmen who are looking for US currency to buy, you can contact me and we'll be able to help you out. So viewers, I just want to say, it has given me great pleasure to come here every night to educate you, the citizens, to keep you up to date on what is taking place with the current affairs that is happening in our country. Trinidad, Tobago, sometimes we might just throw in a little international news, sometimes we might throw in a crime news, which we don't really partake in the crime news because we have other stations, other people doing that, But we just focus on the main issues. Lack of government representative, lack of councillor representative, dilapidated school, not enough teachers, protesting, hospitals, security, road condition, WASA, street light, fire trucks, fire station. These are the things we focus on. The day-to-day necessity things that you need. This is why we became the #1 current affairs program, because when I come here to deal with the issues, I didn't come here to make friends with Tom, Dick, and Harry. I come here to deal with the issue. And I thank God, and I thank the supporters for knowing, but I thank God for giving me the health and strength and to open doors. And I thank the supporters for supporting the show. I thank the supporters that when they go on Facebook, you could share it. When they go on YouTube, you could call your friend, call your family. Hey, you can't watch it on TV, on the move. Real Talk Facebook, TT on Real Talk on YouTube. And you're viewing us. We want to thank those supporters, which we always say, share our live stream. So viewers, I believe it's time that I have to say good night to you. But the rerun of this program is tomorrow from 11:30 to 12:30 p.m. We'll be right back here for another night, for another live Real Talk with Saieed. Until then, be safe.